Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do bookish things because I've been slacking, if you will, on just keeping up with everything going on lately. There has been so much going on in my life. It's just hectic. Today is a filming day, so I am getting most of the filming content out today while I can and I have time, and then editing comes after that. Yay! I actually don't really mind editing. I know a lot of people don't particularly enjoy it. You will see a stack of books right here. I did just film my top 10 books of 2025, so I'm going to need to put the shelf back together, and I also have my TBR cart right over here, right there. So I will be organizing that as well so then I could film my TBR video after this. Hectic day, yes, and I have so many phone calls to make and so many texts to send out to people. It's just chaotic and crazy. Although I will say I'm pretty proud of myself. I have got content scheduled on Instagram further in advance, and I just wanted to do this so then I can have content for that too. So I think we'll just start out with kind of me putting everything back into place on my bookshelf back there. So why don't we go ahead and get started. God of Fury. Love God of Fury. She goes right here. Okay, so I put my mini mic on so you guys can actually hear me when I'm at my bookshelf. So hopefully this is improved. Okay, as I was saying, God of Fury goes high on my shelf. This is basically my dark romance shelf because I have a lot of dark romance, and I'm realizing my computer is so loud. I don't know what happened, but suddenly my fans are going like an airplane jet. I don't understand. So let me shut that off actually. She's shutting down. Give her a second. Okay, and there we go. Silence. It's kind of eerie because my house is never silent, especially because we have the heat going 24/7, and also we have the fans of all of our computers going. So it's never a dull moment in this household. Anyway, back to this. Keeping 13, she is front and center, babe. She is living best life. There we go. Beautiful Venom. That I think goes somewhere over here. I think I had it like that, I believe. Mark goes right here, like that. Heartless Hunter goes right here. Oh, that just reminded me I should probably water my cactus. Okay, Fourth Wing. Of course, she goes front, standing out. The Never List. Sadly, I do think she goes right here, but spine's facing out because look, I only have so much room on this shelf. I got a whole other shelf, and that shelf is completely full too. So we're just living our best lives out here. Caught Up is like that, and then Lights Out goes like that. Beautiful. And then Rules of Our Own actually goes on the shelf behind me. It goes on the shelf. Boom. And just like that, we are all gorgeous, bookshelf looking gorgeous. I think we have to tackle the book cart. So let me bring you down, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome to my book cart. Now I do have a book haul that I will be doing in this video, so stay tuned for that. So basically I'm going to replace books on this cart with, or should I wait actually? No, I can't because I have a TBR video. So books are also supposed to arrive on the 30th in 2 days. So if I film, I don't know, I guess we'll just leave room for those books. I know that there's 4 books coming, so we'll just leave room for them, I suppose. Going through this book cart, I have Sweet Venom is staying. The Devil She Knows I think is also going to stay. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Love her, but she's gonna go back on that shelf because it's no longer Halloween and it's no longer Christmas or anywhere near. So she's going to be packed away. Collide and Unsteady, those are staying. Good Spirits and Soul Searching, I think I am going to take off. Not because I don't want to read them, but because the season has passed, honestly, and I don't feel like going back into Halloween and Christmas because those months were chaos. And then let's move on to this shelf right here. This is my dark romance shelf. Now I do have 3 dark romances coming. So if we could make room, I think we already have room for 1 right here, but let's see if we could take some more off. Shallow River, I think, is going to come off because I have no interest in picking this up at all. I'm sorry. And I still have yet to read an H.G. Carlton book, so I really need to get on that. Okay, what else do we have here? Nocticadia is staying, obviously. These are staying. I think her soul to take is going to come off as well, because as much as I want to get to this book, I just am not feeling it. She is off the shelf. I think all of these are going to stay. I do have some in the back, but those I don't really look at as much, so I'm not really too concerned with those. And I think all of these are actually staying. All of these on the bottom that you can barely see, I think are staying, so you didn't miss much. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know why Sweet Venom is at the top. This is for like either mystery, thriller, or romance, and this is dark romance, so please tell me why it was on the top. Okay, I usually do this from like shortest to tallest, so let me find where Sweet Venom lies. Well, that was easy enough. Okay, and that is that. So here's the stack. Oh wow. Here's our stack that we pulled off. We have Shallow River, Her Soul to Take, Good Spirits, Soul Searching, oh my god, can you tell I have a lisp? Okay, Soul Searching, and also The Nightmare Before Christmas. They are coming off the shelf and onto this shelf, I believe, although I think the fantasy and the dark romance will be on the big shelf. So let's go ahead on back up and put these in the rightful place. Okay, we have the stack right here. Shallow River is a dark romance, so I think we're gonna put it on the top. Where am I going to put it on the top? Is the thing. Maybe right here, because it's just, it kind of works right there. Do you think? Okay, then we have Her Soul to Take, which is a fantasy. Gosh, where the heck do I put this? I think probably down here somewhere. Okay, the rest of these books are gonna go on the romance shelf, so let me put you over there. Here's my romance shelf. Now, The Nightmare Before Christmas is like a greenish cover, so maybe we'll put it right here. You literally cannot see. If there's room, probably not. There is, lovely. Doing some rearranging over here too, I guess. Oh my god. Tell me how I didn't know I annotated the Song of Hercules. Hello? When did I do that? Obviously while reading it, but like, oh, and this was back when I didn't underline in books. I just tapped it because I was too afraid to write in books. Oh, it's funny. Beautiful. Okay. Good Spirits and Soul Searching. Good Spirits is going to have to go down on this shelf because I literally have no other space. Okay. Good enough, I suppose. Now, this is like a dark blue cover, so she might fit. Ooh. Oh my god, it's such a tight fit though. Okay. Okay, forgive me if this is a little unstable. However, I don't have my tripod on you right now, so... Okay, so basically with this, I had to move 10 things that never happened from here to up there because I needed room, so I put Good Spirits here, and then Soul Searching right here, and then also The Night Before Christmas right here. So, this is looking beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay, so I think I am going to wait for the other books in the book haul that I got before doing the book haul because I have 2 books already, but I'm gonna wait. And I think also I'm gonna wait to do the TBR video until Friday as well because I kind of want those books to be in that video. I will see you when we are doing the book haul. Hi guys, this segment is a little bit of a book haul. I am extremely sick right now. Therefore, I have a mini mic on me because I can't physically talk, basically. Bear with me for that. Just I wanted to get this book haul out of the way just so I could get this video up to you guys. With that being said, ignore my sickness because I'm sure you guys can hear it. I can just feel my sinuses just loving me speaking right now. And also my appearance, just ignore all of it. The first book that I got came in a bigger box with ice drinks. Love them. If you know, you know. So, Drive by Kate Stewart. I heard a lot of great things. Oh my god, the reflection. I heard a lot of fantastic things about this book. I know that a couple YouTubers I watch like this book, and I really wanted to see what it's about. So what I know is it's a romantic rock star romance. And let's go ahead and read the back. Music. The heart's greatest librarian. The average song is 3.5 minutes long. Those 3.5 minutes could lead to a slow blink, a glimpse of the past, or catapult the soul into a heart-shattering nostalgia. At the height of my career, I had the life I wanted, the life I always envisioned. I found my tempo, my rhythm. Then I received a phone call that left me off key. You see, my favorite songs had a way of playing simultaneously. I was in love with one man's beat and another's lyrics. But when it came to the soundtrack of a life, how could anyone choose a favorite song? So to ease my doubt, I ditched my first class ticket and decided to take a drive, fixed on the rear view. 2 days, one playlist, and a long road home to the man who was waiting for me. Okay. So we have kind of a love triangle, I think. And this is basically following this girl. I don't even know her name. Stella? We're following Stella on basically her way back to her man to try and get him. But this is told like in the past. So that is really cool. This would be the first book that I've read where it takes place in the past and then you fast forward to the future. So that is really cool, or the present. Really interesting. So let's go to the second book. Okay, we have a box, an Amazon box. I tried, just full closure, I tried to look on these authors' websites. The book was either not on the websites or I just couldn't find a link to the websites. So I ended up purchasing it through Amazon because there's no other way to purchase this. And I also looked on Pango and another website for these books and they didn't have them. So, full disclosure, I did try my best to support the author and a thrifting website. So let's open this package. Oh my god, I forgot I ordered this book actually. The Perfect Fit by Sadie Kincaid. I do have Forged in Blood. Yes, I do have Forged in Blood by Sadie Kincaid as well. I know that these are both Why Choose romances, and I believe that this is a Why Choose and only a Why Choose with only the female, and I think this has a bit more than only the female being in a relationship, so that's why I got it. So let's read the little blurb. Every time I go to speak, my sinuses just inflate. There's a lot of words on this. 1 wannabe writer from Brooklyn, 3 insanely hot billionaires, 1 very indecent proposal, West Archer, Ezekiel Kavanaugh, and Xander King, aka the Unholy Trinity. Ruthless, ambitious, intimidating. With dark tastes and even darker desires, they've been searching for the perfect woman to fit into their unique lifestyle for over a decade. Despite their best efforts, none have made it past 3 months. Believing they're destined to never find the one, they swear to stop looking until they meet Lily. There's something about Lily Salone, something that captivates all 3 men. For the first time ever, it seems like they may have truly found the perfect fit. But as we all know, there is such a thing as too good to be true. This is so annoying. Lily Salone isn't the penniless girl from Brooklyn they think she is, and with a past full of secrets and lies that she's trying to escape, the Holy Trinity might have bitten off more than they could chew. When trust is broken, is there any way back? Ooh, okay. Very interesting. I love that. I have been told by so many people to pick this book up, and I couldn't be more excited because I love a Why Choose, especially when multiple people in the couple are dating, because I feel like you just feel the love. You just feel it. And that is why I love a Why Choose, because found family is one of my favorite tropes ever. So hopefully this can be put up to the high standards I hold it to. And also, most of the time I try to get the first book in a series and then continue on as I continue on. But like, it just not motivates me. It like demotivates me when I don't have the full series. So that is the only downside. Okay, actually, let me put these books on top right here so you can actually see them. Like, what am I doing? Next box. I'm trying not to like dig too deep into the box because I obviously don't want to. I want to be careful. Okay, so we have 2 books in this box. We have Midnight Stage by Sheridan Ann. It's upside down. This back is bent. This back is bent, but that's okay. As long as everything else in it is fine. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Midnight Stage by Sheridan Ann. I have heard such good things about this book. Such good things. And it's on my February TBR, so let's hope to get through this. And actually, it doesn't look that long, so maybe I will start it soon. 430-ish pages, which is really good. I love a short, right to the point book, especially when I'm trying to get books read, and I want a short book. That is really the aim of the goal here. So Midnight Stage is another rockstar romance. Let me just read the back because I thought it was really interesting. Ezra Knight is the biggest rockstar to ever walk the planet. But before he belonged to the world, he belonged to me. He was my brother's best friend, my soulmate, and protector. And when the band Demon's Curse took off, so did he. He was like a roaring tornado, crashing through my world and sweeping me off my feet. And just when I had it all, I was abandoned, left to fend for myself at the hands of a monster. For 8 long years, I blamed him for everything that I thought was out of his control. But one phone call changed it all. And when Lenny Davidson, the head of Louder Records, calls to offer you the world, you swoop it up with both hands. Only that offer comes with strings attached, strings that are tied directly to Ezra Knight, leaving me with one hell of a choice to make. Take the job as new head of marketing for Demon's Curse and have to face the man who crushed me every single day, or wave goodbye to everything that I've ever worked for. What could possibly go wrong? Love it. And I love the name Ezra for some reason. So it's kind of a second chance, maybe, and then angst. Obviously, love angst, so I cannot wait to get to this book in February, which I will. Oh my god, my throat hates me right now. Okay, the last book in this book haul, for now, at least. Cactus Heart by CeeLo Evans, I believe. Beautiful cover. This is a part of the Whatnot series. Let's read this little thing right here. Why not fall in love with my brother's best friends? Love that. That basically sums it up. So I think it is a why choose. I think they're all together, maybe. Let's read the back. In the small West Texas town of Whatnot, why not fall for your brother's 2 best friends, even if it means risking a broken heart? 2 years ago, I moved back to the dusty small town I used to call home. Every day that goes by is the same until 2 men I have no business wanting turn my life upside down. Levi Rayburn. It's been a long time since I've seen that ex-hockey player, but now he's back in Texas, hotter and more rugged than ever. Mateo Jimenez, the mustached fighter, is sexy, sweet, has been there for me more times than I could count. The only problem, as my overprotective brother's best friends, Levi and Mateo, are completely off limits. At least they should be. Lovely. So I choose small romance. Levi is a firefighter, and then Mateo is an ex-hockey player. Cute. Yeah, so a sweet little romance. Let's see how long this is actually. Not even 400 pages, like 360 pages. So that is really good. Thank goodness for that. Okay, so here's a little book haul. Here's the book haul. We got Drive, Perfect Fit, Midnight Stage, and then Cactus Heart. Hopefully I can find some really good, maybe even potentially a 5-star out of these. That would be really good. Okay, next, I don't even know. Next for me is going to be taking down my bookshelves because I have a window guy coming over and replacing the windows behind me because they seem to really like to let the wind in, so we're getting new windows. But I have to take all of my books down my bookshelf, my TBR cut, and put it into my bedroom for safekeeping. So that's next for me. Next for you is probably going to be, I don't know. Thanks for bearing with me and my sickness. Hopefully this clip comes out nice. If it doesn't, that would be literally awful. Let's go to the next task. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this segment. I actually didn't plan this originally, but we are reorganizing my bookshelf. My throat also still hurts. So I got the mini mic and hopefully it's working. But the plan for today is to put my books back on the shelf because I had to take them off, as you know. These are the new windows, yay! But I have to put every single book back on my shelf. So, I think we're just gonna get started. I think we'll start from the bottom up. So I have to find the books that I put in the back of my closet. So that's really cool. So, let's just get started, why don't we? Okay, these are Boys of Tommen in this bag here. So we'll just leave that there. Throw it on the wall. So these are currently every book that I own. Well, that's not true. I have some over there, but those were easy to not move. So let's fill this up. I have no idea where the books on the bottom are supposed to be. I guess we'll just get started. So my throat hurts so bad. Oh my god. Just like talking. I love all of the color here, and this kind of throws it off. But here's the thing. It's a fantasy. I know these aren't fantasy, but I have nowhere else to put them, and they kind of, oh my god. I just know some of y'all were looking at that, side-eyeing me. Okay, we are gonna go through my book cart and like grab stuff off of that and then put it onto here because some of that stuff is like fall coded and I'm no longer in fall. We are gonna do that and hopefully some could fit the space right there. I kind of do want to turn this out, but I mean we could put it like that, but that kind of looks stupid. Have I read Quicksilver yet? No. But I just know I'm gonna love it. And also Diabound I really want to read. Touch of Gold. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ones I still want to read and have yet to conquer. But that's, you know, off topic right now. Let's go to the top shelf where we will be doing, this is gonna primarily be dark romance and I have a lot of dark romance. So why don't we go up there? Oh, also, if you're wondering why I have all this extra space down here, it's mostly because I have like tote bags that I put down there with like candles and a couple more books that I like, Stephen King books like that are really old, just to keep them safe. And yeah, so that's why. Hopefully that answered the question. But let's get to dark romance. Oh, I finally have God of Wrath by Rena Kent. In the Legacy of God series, I finally have is this the third book, I think, and this is Jeremy's book, and I haven't read it yet, obviously, because I needed the book, and I needed this. It's glossy, so I know it's not like the best quality, but hey, I got it for like $20, and considering this is the indie edition, I'm okay with it. And I do have God of War maybe coming. The owner of the book took 6 days to ship it out, and that's against the policy of the app, but you know, I tried to cancel it and then they immediately shipped it out. So I don't know if it's coming or if it's not coming. So I guess we'll see, maybe during this video, maybe not, but I have God of Wrath. I'm kind of keeping it away from my other books just to like give it a quarantine. So let's get to dark romance. I already have a couple up here. I read Kiss the Villain, and I think this vlog actually I did a little bit of annotating. I finally finished annotating the whole book, and a lot of annotating, if I'm gonna be honest. I thought this was gonna be a 5-star, but it's a 4.5, so we got there nonetheless, and I really enjoyed this book. That's a part of the Rena Kent shine. Now we have Kiss the Villain, Deceit, and then the Ruinous Love trilogy. I absolutely love this trilogy so much. I don't know which one I'm gonna display because I gave Leather and Luck 5 stars, this one 4.2, and then this one 4.5. Maybe Leather and Luck will display. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going with that. And then these, I'm just gonna have the standalones right here. Did not like Deceit. The ending was crazy. I was recommended Deceit so many times, but like that ending, no. I invested my time in that. Okay, First Soul to Take, I'm also gonna put up here. I know it's more of a fantasy, but it's a dark romance as well, and it kind of goes with everything up here. So, okay, now we have my entire Rena Kent books. All of them except for Sweet Venom, which I still have to read. But this is the Rena Kent. Maybe we'll do it like that. Okay, hold up. There we go. Okay. Next, we have the Lights Out and Caught Up, and I know there's another one coming out in this series, so I'm really looking forward to that. Can you tell? Because I'm pretty sure all of these books right here were 5 stars. I think Lights Out was more of a 4.75 because it didn't have that 5-star feeling. If you know, you know. A bunch of books in a series. I just got this one because I heard it's good. Although I want to make this clear. I saw something with the author. She posted something. I don't agree with what she posted, obviously, but just wanted to make that clear. Because I know that I've seen some people not say anything about authors posting these ridiculous statements and then just flying over it, and I'm not that kind of person. So I want to make that very clear. I don't agree with some of these authors and what they've said online. To conclude that, I think I'm going to move these over. Actually, what is... Okay, the Losers Duet. Okay, I think I'm going to move these over a smidge just to incorporate all of those books. Is that going to stay is the question. Looks like it. And I think those are all of the books for now, at least. My room looks a mess right now. There's things scattered everywhere. Now I will be right back. I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then I'll give you a full rundown. Okay, now that my room is not looking like a complete mess, let's give you a little overview of what I have. Starting off, this is my book cart, which hasn't changed yet. Big bookshelf, which I haven't changed much. And then the bottom is the same as it was. Pretty much a lot of the stuff is the same, but it has a little bit more cohesiveness, I guess, to it. I am thinking of switching these two, by the way. But inheritance games, fantasies, more fantasies, really pretty covers and books I really enjoyed, and then my TBR that is still to be read over here. This is a lot of space empty. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Then we got fantasy, colorful fantasy, and then my prized possession. Still haven't read it, but it's gorgeous. Then we have dark romance up here. Most of that is kept the same. I think I may change a bit of it. Looking pretty good. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and do either series tracker or do my book cart. Okay, welcome to this segment. We're gonna do the reorganizing my TBR cart. As you can see, it's a little bit full, and I did just recently, you guys saw the book haul, but I recently got more books, and there's even more books on the back. So I really would like to get these books that I recently got on the TBR cart and for them to look pretty. So we have, this is just a contemporary romance, so we could probably fit it somewhere up top. And considering I'm seeing a few thrillers, I'm thinking that we could probably make space. And also, this is supposed to be at my dark romance shelf. However, there's a bit of non-dark romance on this, and then dark romance up here. What we're gonna try to do is compile everything so it actually makes sense. Let's get into it and start with immediately Stalking Jack the Ripper, which is a historical crime fiction, I think. It's about this woman in the, what year is it? 19-something, trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper is in London. And I really do want to get to this, just we are not in fall anymore, so I feel as though this doesn't need to be on the card. We'll put this off of the cards. And also, I'm seeing a couple thrillers here that don't need to be on the card because, as I said, it's not fall anymore. So, I'm taking these both off. Both Riley Sager, The Only One Left, and Stephen King, Billy Summers. These are basically only on my TBR because it was Halloween time and I wanted to read them. However, I obviously didn't do that. So, those are going off of the cart. This, if you don't know, I had an obsession with The Winter Soldier. When was it? Like 6-ish months ago. And I asked my dad because he is a total geek. Hi, Dad. And he has piles of comic books in the basement. I wish I could show you all of them. They will not fit in a single picture. I was like, hey, do you have any Winter Soldier comic books, because you have literally everything else of comic books? And he said no. And then he got me this for Christmas. It's a compilation of all of the Winter Soldier installments. Oh my god, these are, oh my gosh. I haven't really opened this because I don't want to be spoiled, but the pictures here, I'm going to show you, just don't read obviously any of the bubbles if you don't want to be spoiled. Look how gorgeous those illustrations are. Oh my goodness. Okay. But yeah, I had a little bit of an obsession with the Winter Soldier, so this is what this is. I'm thinking, I don't know where I want to put this, but I don't feel like we should put it on the cart anymore because I kind of want it displayed somewhere in here. So where am I going to put it? I have no idea. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. Okay, all of these are staying. This is on my TBR. Actually, these two are on my TBR, and then this I am currently reading for a video, so look forward to that. This is also on my TBR, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, because the movie is coming out. My dad loved it. I've said this a million times, so I'm sure y'all are sick of it. I really do need to read this, and I have it on audio, so I just need to sit down and do it. But I feel as though this can go back on the shelf because it's been on the cart way too long. Okay, let's see what can go up here now. I believe, okay, we'll at least put Cactus Heart on the top shelf, right where the pinks are. I'll scooch this over, actually, just so we can be a little bit organized. But yeah, I want to read my Magnolia Park so bad. Actually, I want to read every single book on here so bad, which is kind of the point. Who would have thought? But anyway, let's move down here. In Education and Malice, this is kind of like gothic academia, dark academia. Like, I'm losing my mind. And I'm pretty sure it's YA. And I think there's a little bit of queer representation in this, so that is fantastic, very cool. However, I'm not really feeling it. So I think this is gonna go back on the shelf. Okay, then we have all of these I want to read. Kiss of the Basilisk is on my TBR, so hopefully I will read that. Metal Slinger is a fantasy. So let's, oh, we also have books in the back, so let me get those as well. Metal Slinger is a fantasy, so we could put that on the bottom whenever we get the chance to. Also, same with Heavenly Bodies, my beautiful copy of Heavenly Bodies. This will also go on the bottom when we have a chance. Belladonna, I honestly don't know why I put this on the TBR going into fall and winter, because this is clearly a spring book. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me, but I'm pretty sure I just got excited because I love the cover. The cover is gorgeous. Never thought I would like a person on the cover, but it's an illustrated person, so I'm okay with that. But this is definitely going back on the shelf. Where I'm going to put all of these books, I have no idea. But A Dawn of Onyx, I do want to read. I really do want to read, so I think this may actually stay on the shelf. Okay, with that being said, let's move Kiss of the Basilisk back to its rightful place on the end, because it's the tallest. If you didn't know, I go from tallest to least tallest. Up here, I go from like the rainbow. Put these ones on here. I'm not quite sure. I know that Drive and Midnight Stage are both dark romances, or have the element of dark romances. So I'm gonna put them on here as well. Drive is like taller than almost every book on here, so that's gorgeous. Love that. Okay, beautiful. The perfect fit. I don't know if this is dark romance or where's my phone? Okay, let me just look this up real fast because okay, it is just saying it's a dark romance, so that's perfect. We'll put it over here. Beautiful. Oh my god, I love this one. I have not actually looked at this spine, but that is beautiful. I've been really into gold recently, which, considering I'm wearing silver earrings and a silver necklace, make it make sense. But you know what? I don't judge. Moving on to the bottom shelf, we're gonna do some tough love on the bottom shelf. Let me make sure that you can actually see the bottom of the shelf. There. You kind of can see it better now. Terror at the Gates. Terror at the Gates, I really, really want to read. Ugh. Do I want to read it more than the books on my shelf? Honestly, not really. So let me get this off. Terror at the Gates. I actually have a very beautiful copy and a hand-signed copy, which doesn't happen near me at all. So that was a lovely surprise to see at my Barnes & Noble. But Terror at the Gates is gonna come off because I feel it's more of a fall read anyway, so that's gonna go. Now we have City of Gods and Monsters. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to read this while I'm in college. It's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So I'm taking this off. The North Wind, I want to read. And then the rest of these I kind of want to leave on here because I also want to read them very much. Maybe Serpent in the Wings of the Night I could take off because, I don't know, I've just been looking at it and it's not getting any better. Intriguing me anymore. So I'm going to take this off of the shelf as well. However, I really do want to read this because I've heard amazing things. Obviously, with every single book on my TBR and my bookshelf, I've heard amazing things. So when does that stop being an excuse? I don't know. Okay, that's kind of that. Heavenly Bodies is going back on the shelf because obviously I want to read that. Obviously. Metal Slinger, I will put back on the shelf. And then actually I want to grab Diabound and A Touch of Golden Madness because I think I'm really leaning towards these right now. Diabound is like, I'm pretty sure it's a fated mates kind of thing, and also an enemies to lovers. That sounds really, really good. How tall do we think this is? I'm gonna guess right here. Let's see if I'm correct. You know, I'm correct once a day, and this is the day. And I think this is gonna go right before it. Look at that. Perfect. Let's see if we could find some more regular romance to put on the top shelf, because I feel it's a little bit lonely. Okay, I'm seeing a couple. Okay, let me go get them real fast and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I'm thinking is just putting Addicted for now on the TBR card, because one, this is third in the 10 book series, I'm pretty sure, of Addicted Callaway, and also because there is a bunch of new releases that I really would like to get to in the near future, because I tend to pick up new releases and then either I read them straight away or I just don't read them, period. So what I'm hoping is when I get new releases, I'll pick them up, I'll read them, and then I'll move on with my TBR. This is going to be our TBR cut for the foreseeable future. Magnolia Parks, Beartown, Unsteady, Collide, The Right Move, Cactus Heart, The Devil She Knows, Sweet Venom, Addicted for Now, Bourbon and Lies is going to be our fiction / romance, regular romance shelf. I do really want to pick up more hockey romances. And also I saw Hannah Grace is like one of my favorite authors. I just saw that she isn't particularly enjoying writing for a college romance setting anymore. So that is deeply saddening for me, because I loved Icebreaker. I'm pretty sure I gave that a 4.5. I gave Wildfire a 5-star, and then Daydream I gave it 3.5. So I'm like kind of sad about that, but you know, obviously she can do what she wants. She's literally a writer. Do you, girl? Like, do you? No hate. But I'm really sad about that. But we are getting a new book from her sometime this year, and it's gonna be an F1. So I am looking forward to that. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in the same universe. So that's really cool. Moving on, we have Kiss of the Basilisk, Haunting Adeline, The Lies We Steal, Little Stranger, Drive, Saint, Forge in Blood, Leave Me Behind, Midnight Stage, Nocticadia, and The Perfect Fit for my dark romances. Then down below, you can barely see them, we have Iron Flame. Everyone take a moment of silence for Iron Flame. Because this has been on my cart or on my TBR for so long. I'm pretty sure I got Fourth Wing like the month I started reading, so more than 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure. Shield of Sparrows, what are we saying these days? I don't know. Vein of Shadows and Endings, Touch of Gold and Madness, Direbound, The Book of Asriel, The North Wind, Heavenly Bodies, and Metal Slinger. And that is that for right now, because you know this is about to change when I get all of my new releases. It's looking very beautiful. I love it. I do. I love it. And I think I changed my setup a little bit. Wait, you literally saw it. This is the same video. Anyway, I'm just gonna push those over because it's kind of messing up my flow. Now we have to put all of these books, you can't even see them, back on the shelf. Hold on, this isn't even all of them. Oh my god. Now we have to put all of... Go. Oh my god, that was crazy. Now I had to put all of these back on the shelf, and I just rearranged the shelf, as we know. So that was very smart of me to rearrange my shelf and not do the TBR cart first. So I'll find a new home for these guys. Also, can we talk about Bad Bunny's performance at the Super Bowl? He's such a king for that. I was like, yes! Granted, I don't know Spanish, so I don't really know many of his songs, but he did a great job. And that last part where he was like, I love all America, and then named like Bolivia, El Salvador, Mexico, like, he's such a king. Anyway, I just felt like I should mention that, because it's like, people are weird out here, so especially these days. Moving on from that topic. Okay. I don't really know. I think I'm going to do another video, and then I'll come back for a series tracker. See you in a bit. Hello everyone. I have another book haul for us to go over. Okay, this is part how many of the book hauls that I've done, and I have a problem. I have an addiction as we can all see. I was at my job and they were doing a Valentine's Day romance books thing, and I was expecting maybe like a couple of bookstores to show up, but no. There was like 10 to 15 different book places and authors who showed up, and you know I'm not gonna go to a place that sells books and not buy anything. It's just not gonna happen. So I bought 3 books and let's unbox them together. First book we have is As Above, So Below by D.M. Darcy. This, I'm pretty sure, is a fantasy romance, and what I've been told is it has the world building as good as Game of Thrones and The Witcher, but make it, I think she said like it was either a Rapunzel or Snow White retelling. I'll just read the back. Why don't I just go ahead and read the back? Life for a demon is a dream. Okay, period. When Vestaris, Moonshadow, learns she cannot walk among the living, it becomes a race. Oh, Ariel. It becomes a race against time to escape the hells and her controlling father, the god of death himself. Thrusted into a mortal city of Allura? Sure. Vestaris knew adapting would take time. What she didn't expect was being swept up in eons-old political warfare between fae, humans, demons, and gods. As Vestaris tries to find her place in the living realm, the goddess of fate has something else in mind when she meets the very fae she's been dreaming about for the last 3 centuries. Forced to contend with demons hunting her and her own demons haunting her, Vestaris' choice threatens to reshape the fabric of the realms. Will Vestaris embrace her duty as a harbinger of death, or will she fall in love with life? As Above and So Below is a loose The Little Mermaid retelling, set in a dark, grim world where the sea is common, death lurks in shadows, and everyone harbors secrets. This fairy tale showcases how one demon finds herself and falls in love amid chaos. So I'm pretty sure this is the first book. Obviously, I'm not going to get the second book, but this is the first book in a trilogy, the Fated Celestials trilogy. As Above, So Below is the first. As Within, So Without is the second, and the third will be coming out later this year. As the Universe, So the Soul. So, beautiful. Apparently, lots of world building. And it's The Little Mermaid retelling. So this demon gets thrusted into the human world, I believe. So yeah, sounds very, very fun. Okay. Oh, by the way, since I got these books from the actual authors, I got some little goodies with them as well. I got a bookmark. This one says just the book cover and the author. And then on the other side, it says a quote from the book, "Don't lose yourself in the stars, little witch." And I'm guessing that is a quote from the main male character. And this artwork, oh my god, they're so like wow, cute. And then she actually put like a little note in here: light takes your enemies and shadows keep you safe. And then she signed it for me. Love that. I will be reading this, and I will be checking out her other books because I've seen her other books and they look really cool too. So there is a glossary. Thank goodness for that. There's the first book. Next book we have is The Spindle of Sin by Candace Robinson and then Amber R. Duell. And then Amber, this is the author that I actually met, and she went ahead and personalized it for me, put my name in it, and also signed it, which is very, very nice of her. So very cool, very cool. She has like a ton of series actually. Let me see if I could find, okay, there's 2 pages full of books that she has written. So okay, Spindle of Sin is a part of the Once Upon a Wicked Villain series, and it's kind of like the villain gets the girl. Okay. Let's read the blurb on the back. Welcome to the dark world of Grimm, where the villains are as wicked as their desires. Aurora was always destined to become the Star Knight Prince's bride following her 21st birthday. Now that the day has arrived, she's looked forward to wedded bliss and their first night together as husband and wife. That is, until the savage dragon king from another court steals Aurora away before the ceremony. Hell-bent on revenge, the king of sin has been making careful plans to ruin a Star Knight prince. For years, he used lustful dalliances to battle his rage and bid his time. With Aurora in his possession, the key to his vengeance, he'll use her however he sees fit. But whenever Aurora is near, the king of sin wants nothing more than to unlock her inner desires, make her crave his touch, and long for the pleasure only he can give. No matter the sin, no matter what is become of her. So it sounds like an enemies to lovers. It sounds like a villain gets the girl. See, this is why I picked this book. She had like many of her books there. And I saw, first of all, the cover is gorgeous. And second of all, it just sounds really, really good. Like enemies to lovers kind of thing. Forbidden. Oh, it's so good. It sounds so good. I think this is like a trilogy or something. I don't know. I'll have to look more into it. But I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And it's also so short. How long is this actually? A little bit over 300 pages. That is crazy. Okay. So that is the second book. Now the third, what's funny about this book is that I've actually seen this book before, like around Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and it is Twisted Ink by A.M. McCoy. Beautiful cover. And I saw this cover and I said, wait a second, that looks very familiar, and it's because it's a Why Choose Everyone's with Everyone. It's about like tattoo artists. The men are tattoo artists. Yes, that's for me. That is for me. Okay, and I love these authors so much. She signed it for me, of course. Also gave me a couple of goodies with it too. Oh god, my floor is wood. Okay. I literally couldn't grab it. Okay. We have some character art, so I could get a little picture of what they look like. And also, here's the author's Instagram if you'd like, if this book sounds interesting. And then we have all of the series, and then we have this bookmark, which I'm not gonna show because it has a little interesting quote on it. So there's that. And let's go ahead and read the blurb on the back. Being a romance writer means drawing inspiration from many things. And when I met Dallin, I knew I had the perfect muse. He was everything women read about. Tall, tattooed, irresistibly delicious. Oh, did I mention he's successful too? He swept me off my feet and right into his bedroom, where he awakened things in me I had only ever written about. He was the bad boy who rode a motorcycle, and I was the good girl next door, yet together we were perfect. Or so I thought. When he invites his childhood best friends, Trey and Parker, to stay with us, I realized right away there is more than meets the eye to their lifelong relationship. Turns out, Dallin wants to share me amongst all three of them, but there's more than that because I soon find out they want to share each other too. That's what I'm talking about. Amazing. Oh, and we get like everyone's POV too. Very good. Very nice. And this is quite short too. 350-ish pages. Very cute. Very cute. And I'm pretty sure there is a second book in this interconnected series. And it's about her friend and maybe their friend, the men friends. I don't know. But if I like it, I'm going to carry on, obviously. Obviously. So these are the three books that I have recently acquired. Considering I have had like how many book hauls in this video, hopefully this is the last because I need to save my money. Thank you to these authors. I will leave their Instagrams down below. Let's go ahead to finally, hopefully, the last step in this video, because I'm sure this video is so very long. Let's go ahead onto my series tracker. Okay, hello. Welcome to the final clip of this bookish vlog. I have decided that I wanted to be crazy today and actually do my bangs. So this is what we're working with. My iPad that I will be using is on 26%. So we're gonna kind of speedily go through this. And considering I don't know the last time I updated this, so that will be interesting. Okay, at least at the last ACOTAR that I read. So let's go through when that was. The deal off campus. Oh, did I decide not to do that actually? I might have. Okay. The Empyrean. Okay, so we do have that. Okay, so if my bangs actually start not banging. It's because my hair, my bangs are like way too heavy right now, so they're just like not staying, and that's great. I love when that happens. Okay, I'm also going to screen record this. Okay, so we have The Wolf King, which I have DNF'd. I don't want to read that story. No. Deceit, I have also DNF for now, although on this, where's G? What the heck is G? Gallows Hill, yeah, I did DNF. Okay. Bonded by Thorns, I will not be going on. Let's see if I even have it on here. No. Okay, good. Redeeming 6. Boys of Tommen 4, yes. Okay, gorgeous. One Dark Window, the Shepherd King duology, I think? The Shepherd King duology. Okay, yep, that is updated. The novellas, which I will not do. The Losers Duet. Or is it just Losers Duet? Yep, completed. Okay, perfect. Heated Rivalry. The Game Changers series. And I think that's where I left off, actually. So let me just check real quick. Okay, yeah, that is the first series that we will be adding because you already know I'm going to, for sure, carry on with the series. Okay, and that is a romance. It's ongoing, actually, which is gorgeous. In progress, and I've read 2 of the going to be 7, so I'm just going to put 7 books on here. Or is it opposite? It's the opposite. Okay, 7. Okay, what else do we have? Series. Kiss the Villain. Not Hey Siri, not that. Okay. Kiss the Villain. I don't think what is it called? Villain series. Okay. That makes it easy on me. Okay, no, we don't have this, so let's add it. Okay, and that is a dark romance. It is ongoing, I believe. I think, is there going to be 3 books in this series? Anywho, I'm in progress. There are currently 2 books, well, going to be, and I've read 1. Okay. Beautiful. Blitz, I think I actually do want to keep going with the series, so I'm also going to add it. Evergreen University, okay. It is a romance. Is it ongoing? Let me see. Published April. Okay, so yes, it currently is ongoing. I'm in progress, and there is going to be 2, so let me just put that. And I've read 1. So I guess when the other book comes out in April, I will then read it just to finish that. Oh, it's going to boot me up to the top. Yeah. Oh, we're basically at the top. Okay. How to Catch a Firefly is not a series, I think. Twisted Ink is a series, but will I go on to the rest of the series is the question. And I don't think I will because the next book is an MFM. So it's only the 2 guys are with the girl. No one else is together, and that's not really my jam anymore. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. And I don't know if I should add series I know I'm going to start, or should I just leave it for books that I've already read? So I think we'll just leave it as the books that I've already read, at least for now. Hopefully that doesn't corrupt. That would be amazing. Oh my god, I don't know if I told y'all this story, but I had my file corrupt. I've actually had many files corrupt. What I'm trying to say is I've had my file corrupt for the series tracker before, and I've had to go and redo it. It was just a hassle. So let's hope that they don't corrupt. That would be amazing. Okay, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this doing book things. You guys seem to enjoy these videos, so I will keep doing them. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think I'm going to Barnes & Noble at some point in the near future, so maybe you'll be seeing a book shopping vlog. Look out for that, I suppose. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a very fantastical rest of your day. Bye!